All right, and we are back. This is Doc Williams with Sweat RX today, and we're with who today?
Taylar Stallings.
There we go, Taylor. Thanks so much for joining us right here. So, real quick, this article is about Pro Talk and about programming and things that you see good and bad in CrossFit and functional fitness. So, what makes a good programmer? What do you think?
Well, I think there's a lot of different aspects that can make a really good programmer. First and foremost, I think you just have to know your audience and know who exactly that you're programming for. Is it the general population, which is going to be your GPP? You want to make sure you have just good strength, conditioning, flexibility. You want to have a very well-rounded program and not just a strength bias or endurance bias. Or anything of that nature. You want to make sure that you're covering all aspects. Also, you want to make sure you're checking your demographic. So are you programming for your stay-at-home mom, or you're programming for somebody who's trying to make it to the CrossFit Games? So just knowing those different aspects about your clientele and the who, I think that will make for a great programmer.
Excellent. So how has your programming changed over time?
My programming has definitely changed over time with a lot of trial and error. I think just like with anybody, experience. It's all about experience. I've done a lot of things right, but also done a lot of things wrong, which I've been able to recognize and able to fix and correct. I would say one of my greatest attributes I think that has helped me out in the past was being able to be the strength and conditioning coach for the track and field team at USF. This because they have so many individual sports there. I can't train my throwers like I do my sprinters. I can't train my sprinters like my lone jumpers. And because of that, I had to educate myself on each individual sport and know what they are trying to accomplish out of each. So it really forced me to think outside the box and not what I would normally do, but what will make my athletes succeed.
Very nice. And what was a moment where like a light bulb went off when you were either programming or someone showed you a technique about how to help your different athletes in different, sports and everything? Was there ever like a aha moment?
I would say my aha moment will have to be, again, when I was strength and conditioning coach at USF, when I would just watch my athletes move, and I'll see them do a particular jump or a particular throw, and I'll just think and just analyze their movement, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, aha! I can actually incorporate this exercise right here, which will help to increase more power in this takeoff, or this will help them to be more flexible here or more explosive. I was able to really look at each athlete's like weaknesses and really know how to tailor their programs based off of their weaknesses and how I could develop them as a better, stronger athlete.
Excellent. And you know what? Let's do the transition right there. So tell us about TaylorMade and all of this, the programming that you do. What makes it special?
TaylorMade programs is exactly how it sounds. They're tailor-made and customized based off of what you're exactly looking for. There's a lot of programs out there which is absolutely fine, and that's what you're looking for. It's just very general, and they're very broad. And CrossFit, you can easily substitute something for one thing or another. But if you're not looking to be as strong as you possibly can be, then why do all the power lifts in the world? Maybe that's not your demographic. If you don't want to do any only lifts, then why do a program that has the snatch and clean and jerk in it? Whatever your demographic is, it's going to be catered towards your community and what you guys have available. Not many gyms have access to a rower or assault bikes and everything, and it just gets to the point where it just kind of gets annoying trying to substitute or trying to find a different stuff or anything. So why not have a program that's catered to your gym or what you have access to rather than trying to pick and choose, and pretty much you're still going to have to work and put together your own workout anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that whole thinking for you.
Excellent. And there was a post that you made a couple weeks ago, I think, or maybe it was the weekend right before the American Open. It was, I think, you at your heaviest and you at your lightest. Could you talk about just, because you got great comments about that. That was really engaging. Why do you think that struck a chord with your fans?
Oh yeah, it showed that somebody told me in one of my comments it showed that I was real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I keep telling people because they see where I'm at now, and I try to tell a lot of people that I have had my battles, and I still do go with my own battles with my weight and everything, and body image and everything. But people see how I look now. And it's good to just remind myself, especially when I get discouraged about my weight, my body image, or whatever, just how far I have come. And then also, I put it there to kind of tell people that we need to celebrate ourselves and our accomplishments, and our instead of just beating ourselves up all the time. That it's okay to celebrate the small victories. So I told them, like, that picture was a 4-year process. It wasn't an overnight process. So it was a lot of hard work and determination, but I was just trying to encourage somebody to let them know that if they want something, if they want to achieve something, that anything is possible.
Excellent. And how do you think that translates into training? Do you think the idea of necessarily trying to outdo yourself every single workout is a good idea? Do you think it's just enjoying the journey? What is some of your philosophy as you program for different types of people?
Well, it's funny that you asked. I actually have a tattoo on me called The Beautiful Struggle. So I want people to actually not really enjoy the pain, but accept that it's going to be a tough journey. But if anything tough is, anything worth having is going to be tough. So just embrace the process when you go through it. But I'm a big believer of quality training. So there's going to be certain times where I will program something and you may not be feeling your best. Maybe you didn't sleep right, or maybe you haven't, or you're coming off of a cold, or whatever life throws at you that day. You may not be feeling your best. But if you lower whatever the weight is that I have prescribed on there, or lower it down, just increase the reps and just focus more on quality of the movements, you're going to get a lot more out of that rather than pushing yourself to the absolute breaking point, and then either run risk of hurting yourself or causing injury to yourself, or just not really recovering as quickly as you're supposed to. Mm-hmm. So you got to learn how to just be smart when training as well.
Excellent. Well, Taylar, thanks so much for taking the time and explaining what makes you so unique, and then also by that your tailor-made programming that impacts so many. So thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.